Alright guys, welcome on back, and we are jumping straight into our build mode here in game. Today's episode is going to be focused on building our next two neighbour houses. Now, this is my fourth time building this lot, these houses. The game is crashing relentlessly. And it's really, it's not the most enjoyable of feelings when you're doing your best to create something and the game decides no, again and again and again. But we will persist. We're gonna keep going, keep trying. We're just going to save after every important part is done. So for example, the roof. Roof is done. Let's save. So I got carried away the last few times just trying to get the doors and windows on, and then I was like, cool, now I'll start with the wallpaper and floors and forget to save, and then suddenly, yeah. Okay. So let's go again with the doors. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm looking for, that it's going to be such a fast build. I know exactly where I want to place everything. So it doesn't look amazing right now, that's for sure, but it's not meant to look too amazing. It's meant to just look like the neighbour's house. Okay. Now, I thought it would be cool to have that little wall there, but it kind of just closes off the room a bit, so we are going to avoid that instead. I'm gonna go with the painted patterns because it does add something to the room, just a little bit of a colour. Okay. No. So go back with that and then have this continue there. And then we're gonna have a stone. Maybe. It's a bit modern though, isn't it? Go with the tiling, go there, terracotta tiling. Or we could go with light brown, maybe just something to offset, yeah. Okay. Then bathroom tiles. Bathroom wall, actually. Lovely. And bedroom, nice beige carpet to complement the wallpaper. Okay, save. Alright, so again, this is for a single sim, realistically. So we don't want it to look too amazing or be too, nice. Realistically, it shouldn't be that nice for them to want to live here. Okay. But judging on the placement of doors and things, this is looking quite nice already. Like, we're trying to not make it nice, and it is still looking quite nice. We're going to give them a good enough cooker, so the reliability is 5, whereas this one, oh, it's also 5. Okay. Food quality is 4. Food quality 4. Okay, they're the exact same. Just more expensive. I suppose I just wanted to look nice enough for them. Okay, dining room. We're gonna have a very simple table. But if it is meant to be one sim, then just 2 chairs at the table will be sufficient. I'm also trying to find like nice chairs for them to use, but can't intersect other objects, huh? What do you mean? Oh, don't tell me the game's glitching out again. Unless that's not a... Oh, that's a bar height. Ah, okay. I did not know that. That's quite cool. Here's the one that'll work for us. Perfect. I was wondering, I was like, this should be working. It shouldn't be so difficult to I'm gonna actually put it here, and I'm hoping if I go into, I'm gonna save actually, so we have the kitchen done. Okay. Into objects by function, surfaces. Not really display, it's more kind of like a side table that I'm hoping to put in. It's more, again, decorative than anything. Classroom drawers. Not quite. The hutch actually be really cute. But a little bit expensive for us. We're trying to keep it down to the basics, really. That will do. So we'll go on to our front room here. So my plan is to have a couch. That's a very big couch. I'd love if they had this as a 2-seater. I would absolutely adore it. Okay. Okay, so front room is kind of done. Just put that little rug in, would be nice. We'll add a plant in the corner. So it's not the most basic of living rooms. This is really nice, the zigzag shelf. And I suppose, look, if they want to, we'll give them a desk. It's not really up to us if they decide to have a computer or not, but that could definitely go in the bedroom. They're gonna get a double bed, but not an expensive double bed. Now there's definitely a trend with the blue. I've just realized I've a lot of blue around the place. It was not by choice. I promise that. Okay. Let's save again. And yeah, very quickly we'll go on to lighting. Not going to be expensive or fancy, we are just going to like that. Okay, and then the bathroom. I do like the idea of having the little toilet in there, but actually no, the toilet is going to be at this end. And we're going to have the shower unit in there. Now, it doesn't work as well with the corner shower that we downloaded. It's custom content. I just like the curved shower. I think it looks a little bit more nicer for certain builds. But that will do perfectly there. I feel like that's fine in the corner, and then we get a nice enough sink like that. I feel like there's a lot going on then if we have, because the door is there. Yeah, you want the sink to be there really, and then should that be sideways maybe? Yeah, I think that is the best option. Okay, so that's fine there. And save. The fastest build ever, I think, for me personally, I've ever done in the game. It's functional. It doesn't have... I always love doing these suitcases, especially when I have like new people moving in. I'm like, you know what? Put this here and put the suitcases there, just to give, you know, the vibe of that they have just moved in, that they're traveling sort of. I know they're old looking as well, and then you've got the new suitcases, but they look just as cool. Okay, that is house 1 done. We are saving again just to make sure. Okay. So, we need to change the name of this to River View. Okay. River View 1. Nope, don't save as, just save. I must back up my saves as well actually, just to make sure. So this is Riverview 1, Riverview 1, Riverview 1, Riverview 1. Okay. I'm gonna just go into map just to see how does it look. Oh, that looks really nice. Brilliant. Okay. Might get a picture for the social media. That actually, it's so cool to see that we actually have a neighbourhood almost built. We don't have anyone living here yet. My plan is to move in Mia into Lavender Lane, I think, whereas Copper Lodge is more of a house for a family, so we might just download a random family from the gallery for that. Then Willow Lodge, or Willow Cottage, we are the owners of the cottage and we are renting it out at the moment to a ghost. Yeah, Sion Lafau. They're okay as a tenant, but like they've already revolted on us twice. So we just went over and like nothing was broken, so we just went and inspected everything, and that seemed to keep them happy. So yeah, we're quite happy with everything so far. So we'll continue on. and see if we can get this second house built. Now, I don't want it to end up like that one. That's my only problem, is this is like not a default design that I go to, but sometimes I do find it difficult to just design two-story houses. And they're not very common around here. You can see it's all very much single story. There's like the odd two-story, but nothing mad. But they do have balconies, so if we can try to emulate that, then I think we'll be doing well. Okay, so we'll just start with our... I'm gonna do wide enough hallway. That'll be the front room, and the front room's gonna have a fireplace. Is the plan. Anyway, we would like to have a fireplace. Then we'll have our kitchen, separate dining room, and maybe have the bathroom there. So shape-wise, it's a bit different, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna try and have... I don't know if I want balconies on every outer edge. It would be nice for them to have a little balcony overlooking the river. Yeah, we might do that. A little bit different for sure, but... No, is that the railing I want, or... I do find it very difficult to choose railings, especially if it's like a balcony. Again, I find selection in-game very poor. Doesn't mean I don't like the game, it just makes it more of a challenge. Now, colour-wise for this house as well, actually. What colour are we thinking for the walls? Because the last build, the original build, the game is acting up. I just think it looks nice, but then I was going to today, I thought, oh, you know what, blue. Maybe not quite that dark, but you know. Now we could definitely, based on the locale, it's a lot of siding, a lot of wood, and there is blue wood siding everywhere, so we could easily do that and it would match the vibe. And actually, if there is yellow siding, we could, again, that would really tie in well. I think they'd be very happy with that. This is interesting. It's white but with a blue corner by the looks of it. I do like the one we just put on, but I'm trying to figure out why there's no white corners here. That's rather interesting. Oh, that's very modern. I'm not sure about that. Now, I've got this particular... No, I do like that one, but now the white simple siding but without the... Yeah, that might be better. And that's more green than blue. I didn't think I'd ever be, you know, making decisions like this about what color wood. Now this could work nicely actually, is this grey on the bottom. Then we do get our corners. This was suspiciously unremarkable. But is that... Am I right in saying that is matching? It is. Yeah. That... Oh, that might work really nicely. Now, that's annoying me. I'm like, why is that not going the way it should be? Like, ugh. And now I'm wondering, should this be a siding as well? Is there... Probably is yellow. Yep. Just to, again, kind of blend into the neighbourhood. Because I have siding on those. The cottage we don't, because that's the way we've designed it. Okay. I'm gonna save quickly. Just in case the game is just so temperamental at the moment. Just never know what you're gonna end up with. I'm wondering, is having another... No, I like that. And then we're just gonna have a... What do they call this piece again? A hipped roof. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hipped roof along there. Now, to be honest, I didn't want it going across, but sometimes you just have to make these sacrifices. And then see if that comes out. That might as well go across there. Might as well come down though. Okay. I'll remove you for a second. Flatten you. So this is why I'm so bad at roofing. So I actually like the way those parts are. It's just what to do here. I know some people could be like watching right now and saying, oh my god, you just need to do this. And I'm like, not doing whatever you could be telling me to do. All because I just don't know. So I'm thinking no, because no, that doesn't work either. It has to be the hipped roof going across here. And that is fine. I mean, it doesn't look fantastic. need that to keep going the way it is. Then we just need to have another hitch roof here, going that way, like that. You're coming out like that, but then do I need to bring you all the way out? I do. I'm looking at the other roof styles now and I'm like, I don't know. But we actually do need to have a piece of roof coming out over. So it's coming out over that part, but this part, it hasn't come out over. It looks like it is covered, but it's not. That one is. That one is. See, that's all one piece now. Could just bring this part forward like that. How does that look? Okay, so leave that like that, or then we'll do the little trick of where you... Okay, we're looking better now. That's actually quite cool. Okay, I do like that. Do we want to bring this across more and keep that really separate looking? Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, that looks good. Save. Okay, it's going well so far. But I don't want to jinx it. Maybe I have. But we have just saved, so it's good progress. Okay. Now we did actually say this was going to be a fireplace. But this can't actually be a railing. And then what we're going to do is a half wall. And then we'll see if we can find a chimney to suit. Like that. That's actually perfect. Okay. Now, in terms of a high wall or half wall, is it that better? Or do we make all... No, yeah. I know what I've done wrong. It should be all of that particular brick. So now to try and find the same. And it's not that it's that difficult, but it's just slightly trickier than you'd expect. Oh, I think we might have found it. Okay, so now I'm just wondering with the I went straight to that one. Would 2 of these be better? Whoa. Okay. Now you're really, really big, but the brick is practically the same. Oh, no. Okay, if we were to remove the wall, that looks much better actually, yeah. So remove the wall from all 4 sides. Now, I'm going to first of all save. I think we might size it down. So that's a bit better. It just looked so big. Size it down again, actually. Yeah, no, keep it a bit more up. Just looking at the size of the other houses and the chimneys that they have. Now, you would think it would be on this section, based on the other houses and all that, but you know what? That's the way they built those houses. This is how we build this one. Save again. Okay, let's get our front door. It's gonna be green, even though the exterior, or maybe we just go, yeah. Lovely. Okay. Now, windows. And then we'll come back to the other doors. So I think we'll go with these extended is the name. They might just look a little bit nicer. Also got the octopane, but we've got a classic casement. Our kitchen. This is our dining room, so lots of light for the dining room. Our hallway will just have the one window because the stairs, or we could have you here. Yeah, that may be necessary. I have not thought about upstairs yet. Not even sure about what stairs to use. I'm thinking just simple, plain Jane. I do really like the new changes with stairs in the game. I haven't done a huge amount of work with them, but you can now change it from double rail, no rail, left rail, right rail. So we're going to say left rail only. Then there's no rail in the wall on this side, and it just looks so much smoother, a lot cleaner. So yeah, very happy with that. So while we have now separated that section off, that'll be a front bedroom, maybe. And okay, this might be just for 2 Sims at the moment. Might just, yeah, like a couple. If they decide to have children, then good luck to them with their choices on how to furnish and however they decide to decorate. This is going to be a very large bathroom. Indeed. Trying to think of a nice door for them to use because this is supposed to be you know, a rather not posh, but yeah, a really up there kind of a house. It's like one of a kind. And we don't have, oh yes we do. I was like, do we not put a bathroom in? I was like, no we did, we did. Bathroom is going to be there. Okay, and then upstairs they will have the main bedroom, which is here, and then main bathroom is going to have a door for guests and for themselves. Now, do we want a door onto the balcony? It would be nice if we could. So we're going to move the windows here. If we are going to have a door there. Now, there's nothing really that they can do on the balcony. They'll just have to make up their own little fun. Trying to find something that's a nice sort of flooring for a balcony. Maybe the brick, the comfy clay brick. Oh, that is actually quite nice. Okay. Now to do the wallpapers and the walls. So we're gonna not use any of the new wallpapers yet, as lovely as they are, but we will certainly make sure that, you know, the place feels fresh. I'd love if there was like a green one of those. There never seems to be, which is a shame because it would just be something different. How about the paint? Even that doesn't have anything green. That's very modern. This has green. Perfect. Actually, we'll go with that there, and then white to match with the kitchen in a way. Okay, we come upstairs. This is actually Louis the Fourth is some wonderful colouring swatches. So that's not meant for the bathroom. There we go, and there. Now, flooring wise, we do want to have a nice carpet here. Wood. The working hardwood is actually quite nice. But the slatted wood is nicer when it's going through. So then for the kitchen, go with the very old, reliable. And same upstairs there, just keep that very simple. We're gonna have a carpet landing, which isn't the norm, but that's what they are going to have here. And then they are going to have a red carpet in the bedroom. So this particular unit is a lot more than the second, or than the first. And this is River View 2. Okay. River View 2, River View 2, River View 2. Alright. Oh, that's clipping through there. Okay. Fixed that. Oh, this is looking fantastic. Okay, we'll save. I'm going to close that for a second. We're going to get a shot for the media. For the Instagram. Okay. We're going to save. Again, we are going to keep, well, we're going to try to keep it basic. We are going to use the cool fridge that slicks in. Same with the, we are going to use the Chow Bella because it slots in so nicely with the counters. The other fridges in the game, there's a tiny gap between them and the counter, and I don't know why they can't apply this to all of them so that they all just lock in and look, you know, cool. Okay. Fire alarm. Dining room. So it's a big room. So we'll go with nothing fancy, just that maybe. Keep it white, yeah. And then okay, so in terms of seating, that's gonna be that. Alright, Now, we did say in our intro that this would have a fireplace, so we will make sure that it does. But what type of fireplace? Really, that's the big question. Because it is such a large brick on the outside, I feel like it does need to be one of the bigger ones. Just trying to choose one. Like, this is actually quite a nice one, the country living one. And it's got the grey brick again, so that kind of ties in nicely there. Okay. But then, couch-wise, so this is meant to be kind of the family room and not really for TV and stuff, so there won't be any TV, but we'll have this cool record player. We'll have the plants in the corner again, bit of decor just to add to the bookshelf somewhere. In this far corner, we may copy the other quite a nice little bookshelf because of the way the books aren't perfect, so it just looks more, at home. Okay, perfect. Now, the bathroom downstairs. I feel like it's so modern to have that shower, so nope, we're going to swap it out for not as nice, for one that's just a little bit less. And again, make sure we get the reliable toilet. We never put windows on this little section. Perfect. Oh, that section never got painted. We will fix that. It doesn't look great, but it'll be fine. Save again after all of that. Okay. How much is the cost of our second unit looking? Oh, 22,000. Okay. It's not for me. It's I'm looking out for the welfare of the incoming tenants. I would like for them to be able to afford. there. I'm gonna have an we can get a corner bath at 750. Very nice. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, but we do want to get a nice bath for we know the rule with the showers is that they're in the usually top left corner is the best designated spot for them. And then let me have a look for a sink. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the okay. Add a little mirror. Okay, hobbies. We'll give them an art easel out here on the veranda, and inside, you know, a keyboard to practice their mad keyboard skills. And but they can have a football. No. They've got books, they've got art, music, beach. Yeah, I think they are basically done. Save. Okay. Okay, so we've our 2 units complete. We'll just add some lot traits. So for the bungalow, on the ley line, creative and a science layer. Perfect. And for unit number 2, creative, natural, well, and also a science. We're going to change it so it's not the exact same. Maybe a chef's kitchen. Just because of the kitchen that they do have. So, okay. Hopefully this will sell. I probably will just move in my own, not my own Sims, but as in we will just create some Sims to put in to the into the lot. And that could be too many, so we'll do the European birch again. Just add some, add a little bit of foliage. Now where is I forgot one little thing, even though I don't know if they apply when you're renting, is a mailbox. So, have to wait and see, but we'll put one there, and we'll put another one there. The last thing we need to add in is a pathway up to their door. I always do like to try and match the pavement, especially just to kind of have it blend in. And I'm just wondering, what one did I use? Was it the... There's one of these. It might have been this one. Yeah, that might have been the one. We'll add another little bit of foliage, just because I'm quite aware of how bare everything looks. We have to make sure there's lavender. That's nearly a staple plant of the area now. Can we change the colour of that hydrangea? Oh, we can. Perfect. Because there's so much of it. It's a lovely bush, but I also think it could use some work. What else will we put down? Maybe just a few of these. That looks a bit better. Perfect. I might just throw in you there, just so we have something small. There we go. Alright, we're gonna have lots of little daisies as well. Some wildflowers. That looks a bit better. I know it is just the front, but can we put the wildflowers? I have to turn on my move objects. Okay. Just some wild heather. Well, not heather, but there we go. That's much better and lovely. I'm very happy with that. Now we just have to move in Sims to afford it. Save again. And that brings us to the end of the episode, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. We will take a note of the cost. 56,000. Okay. We can pay off most of that right now if we wanted to. So we'll just go to Manned Worlds. But yeah, we are done building another neighbourhood lot for our wonderful Fitzgerald family. So now we have this little neighbourhood here, and I'm so happy. It looks like we have an actual community now. We have our little cafe. We've got our garden centre, community space. So I think now we need to start thinking about the other community areas. This we said will be more neighbours, and then all of this should be community lots, depending on what we can build and not build. This in the original is a park, so I think we'll keep that the same. I do have, I hope on the gallery we did create a park in our old save, and I'm not sure if it is in the gallery. If it is, we'll be placing it down. So yeah, that's will be our next episode is jumping back in here to the Fitzgeralds. I believe it is autumn now in the game. We did play a few days off stream just to get money and stuff like that, and so that you guys didn't need to watch the boring stuff. So we're looking forward to jumping back in here, and we will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.